Two daddies. Two daddies. Judging baddies. Judging baddies. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Two Daddies, Judging Baddies, where we read crazy internet stories and then we judge people harshly, but fairly.
Not fairly.
Not fairly, no.
Sometimes we're fair, but most of the time
I tried to be fair in the last episode with the lady. I even said like the boss dynamic, and then she was like, I loved it. It was the thrill of the hunt. So I'm going to stop being fair, and I'm just going to be very judgmental.
Villain Mike comeback.
Oh, yeah.
The Villain Mike arc.
I don't think this podcast has gotten Villain Mike yet.
No.
Villain Mike is a Mike that is, I don't know, he's a bit more cynical, I guess.
You're always cynical.
Oh, no, I think I'm optimistic.
So I think what we do on this episode is we do like a short one and then a long one. We've been really, really hard on like the best of Reddit. So it's been like one story for the whole episode. So I think we do a shorty and then a little longer one.
This one's pretty good. It says, am I the asshole for not feeling sad my half-brother and sister died in an accident?
What's your prejudgment?
Probably dicks.
Yeah, they're probably assholes.
Probably just not savory people. We get in here and it's just like, they were just like hogging up all the food and stuff. And it's like, oh, well, now.
I was a little runt that they wouldn't let eat at the trough.
Right. All right. So I, 16 male, and the result of dad's affair on his wife, my biological mother wanted nothing to do with me at all, but abortion was illegal in my country, so she gave birth and immediately gave up parental rights to my dad. He didn't want his son ending up in the system, so he took me in.
Oh, that's sweet of him.
God, just a great start to a family right there. He was an older man in his late 40s when I was born, and he was married with 4 much older kids, the youngest of them 12 years older than me, 2 girls and 2 boys. They and their mother always hated me and verbally and physically abused me.
Jeez.
They took yearly family vacations but never included me in anything. They never got me anything, just the bare minimum. As to not ruin their public image, while my half-siblings got brand new BMWs and Mercedes, iPhones, I got the most budget Samsung, a phone out, and it'd always be shit, probably last 10 months before crashing out, and they expect me to be grateful. This feels like the start of Harry Potter, though, you know?
Yeah. I mean, heading off to wizard school.
Hey, you're a wizard, 16 male. My dad always knew about this, and he'd always just hug me and apologize for it, but says he feels horrible about cheating on his wife, and he fears standing up to me would end his marriage and ruin their family and public image.
What math are you doing there, Mike?
How many children are in the Stark family? Because I thought for a second this is a Game of Thrones thing. Because 2 of them do die. Rob and Riddick. I get what the fuck was his name? Rikard? I don't fucking remember.
I got berated for not watching Game of Thrones the other day.
But you know, John, and then so Sansa. Well, yeah, because Sansa. Well, 2 boys died then. I thought this was like a Game of Thrones thing, but the mom didn't like the kid because it was an affair baby, and well, that's what she thought. And then, spoiler alert: it fucking sucks at the end. So don't watch Game of Thrones. It's really good for 6 seasons, and then the last 2 seasons they just kind of peter out and let you down.
Yeah,
it's a lot of time. It's really good though if you watch the 6 seasons and just make up your own ending in your mind. Whenever they go on a family vacation that almost always is 2 weeks, if not more, he'd drop me off at his parents' house and he'd hug me and cry and pretend to be sorry, and he apologizes before going and forgetting about me and living his best life with his real family, and they'd make sure they'd send a million pictures of everything they do to the group chat I am in specifically to hurt me, because they know I have a separate family group chat without me in it, because I know they have a separate group chat without me in it. About 3 months ago, my dad brought a brand new Tesla Model 3 Performance for my sister for her 28th birthday. It was the first electric car in the house, and nobody was used to driving them, and it was really fast. When Dad surprised her with it, she obviously got happy and took it out on a test drive along with my oldest brother, and they never came back. She couldn't control it, and she crashed into a tree. She fought in the hospital for a couple days before eventually passing away, while my brother died on the spot because she crashed directly on his side. Rough. On her birthday, too.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Here's Jesus.
Karma's a bitch.
Or whatever religion they believe in. This obviously destroyed my entire family. Dad is a shell of his former self, and he barely talks now. He just cries himself to sleep every night. His wife isn't any better. She cries all the time and blames Dad for it. She even lashed out at him physically and beat him once. And my brother and sister had to physically take her off of him, and she's been staying with her sister, and they're probably getting a divorce.
So how is it the dad's fault for, like, I mean, if you buy your kid a Ferrari, like, yeah, technically you probably shouldn't have bought him a Ferrari, but you didn't press the gas pedal and say, hey, go crash into this fucking tree. If you're a irresponsible driver, that's nobody else's fault except for your own.
Right. I mean, if it like you said, if it's like a muscle car, a sports car, yeah, you're kind of asking for it. An electric car, you wouldn't even, but Tesla's, man, get it.
If you get it, like, but it still has a gas pedal just like anything else. It's not a gas electric pedal.
Well, he probably didn't
like,
know. He saw, like, it's electric, probably safer.
And it is like, I mean, you can go
they're
fast
faster
in
than
a fucking
muscle cars.
Yeah,
like,
but you can go fast in like a fucking Pinto. But like, it's just a situation where your kid's at 28 years old. She doesn't know how to use a fucking car good enough to not wreck it into a tree.
I'm pretty sure its get up and go is that of a sports car, though.
If you punch it, but it still has a gas pedal that you can feather. There's plenty of people that drive Teslas that drive slow as fuck around here.
Right.
So
I've never driven one or I've never been inside of a Tesla.
Neither have I. Oh wait, no. I did ride in a Tesla at High Point University for like a half a block.
Nice. And I just feel nothing. Yes, I hated them, but I don't feel happy they died or sad. I just feel nothing except for my brother's daughter. He had two daughters, 10 and 8. They always called me uncle and hugged me whenever they came over, and losing their dad definitely destroyed them, and I do feel sad for them. But their mom is married to someone else since their parents got divorced over 6 years ago, and they say he treats them good and that they love him, which makes me a bit happier for them, but they still lost their dad, so I'm sad for them.
Sounds like you're a good person. You don't like the asshole that is
the whole
an
time
asshole
I'm reading
to
this,
you.
I thought this was a girl. I don't know why.
I don't remember whether they stated in the beginning or not.
Yeah, it says I-16 male. But the whole time, I don't know why I was just getting girl vibes.
You always misgender the OPs. If it's a girl, you think it's a guy. If it's a guy, you think it's a girl.
I don't know. It just was coming. I don't know why. Maybe that's the sexism in my brain that I need to relearn. I need to educate myself and read books and try to feel what it's like walking a mile in their shoes. I'll get right on that. Listen, ladies, you know I love you. But I like the guys more. Like, it's bros, you know what I'm saying? It's dudes. Like, it's...
Our biggest fans are girls, for the most part.
Ladies, did I say I love you more than the guys? Because that's what I meant to say.
The people that submit the most, the people that comment the most. Although on Spotify, it seems to be probably like 75, 25 guys to girls. But
so a lot of sausages on Spotify.
YouTube's
a lot of clams on YouTube. God, why do people watch mid-podcast? Last night, my remaining brother and sister came over with their spouses and families, and they were talking, and they talked about them, and I noticed I wasn't sad, and they just called me out. They asked if I care at all about what happened, and I said, no, I don't. They all abused me both verbally and physically my whole life for something I didn't even do or had any part of or any say in, and if they expected me to mourn their deaths for months on end, then they're all delusional. I said the only ones I feel sorry for are my nieces because they've always treated me like a normal person, and that if they treated me like the rest of the family, then I would not have given a damn about them also. They then called me a huge asshole and a son of a whore. I told them I am a son of 2 whores, actually my mother and their dear sugar daddy. And then I went, and now I'm staying at my grandparents' place. But now I've been overthinking it. Was I wrong for how I reacted, or am I justified here?
Fuck no, you ain't wrong. That's the exact right take. You can't expect to like go through all that shit and then be like, oh my God, I'm so sad. My brother and sister, who are literally like your bullies.
Mi familia.
Because that's the whole thing is like you can get bullied at school, but then you get to go home. Like your reprieve is going to school because, well, I don't know how like much they were involved since they were, 10 years older or whatever. But yeah, they're just shit fucking relatives.
Just not the greatest people. Kind of little poo-poo heads, stinky little poo-poo heads, but I guess, yeah, not the asshole.
I mean, I couldn't see feeling bad about that. I mean, I guess, like, theoretically, you're like, oh, I should feel something. I don't. But yeah, like you feel bad for the people that matter. Those two girls, you're like, oh, I feel bad that they lost their dad. They're
Bro got
sad.
Jon Snowed his whole life though, so I don't know. I'd stop whining about it. Maybe join the Night Watch, and then try to slay the Night King.
So if you're talking about
I guess
Magic the Gathering.
people are built different. People are built a lot differently. What is this? This one's a big one.
2 long ones, or though that one's like a mid-length one.
This one
underneath, yeah.
What is that one?
A long one. These ones are shorties.
Oh, give me another shorty then.
No,
I like the quick punches.
this one's not too bad because it's a text message thread, so it kind of goes quick.
Am I the asshole? Husband's friend texted him at 3 a.m.
If it was a dude, probably not.
Yeah.
Or probably are, but if it's a woman, then yeah, you're probably not overreacting.
Right, I'd be like, why is he? What's so important at 3 a.m.? You know what I'm saying? Like, who I got to fight? Last night, my husband's longtime female friend texted him at 3 a.m. She is also married. I was pretty worried about it as I don't get along with her super well, and it seems like she's planning something suspicious. But I asked my husband about it, and he says she just acts really weird when she gets drunk and not to worry about it. Am I the asshole? Now we have the transcripts. You ready? Friend. Quick question. If I ever asked you to sleep with me, would you have said yes? Immediately, like there, we need no more context.
Just quick question at 3 a.m.
Yeah, quick question.
Would you fuck me?
Like when we were both single, husband, friend. Oh, this is all husband. I'm still doing it. Okay, so the husband says, maybe like in the first year or so, probably not after that because it felt too weird. LOL. The friend says, oh. Husband says, are you drunk or something? Weird to ask at 3 a.m. LOL. Friend says, just a little, bunch of L's. Once girls start putting the multiple, they're interested. So husband says, go to sleep. Friend says, oh, KKK. Sorry, was just thinking of what things that could have been. Probably going to delete this text so hubby doesn't get weird. Don't say anything back. Now you're doing something wrong and you know it's wrong and you still did it. So honestly, I'd be mad at husband too for not notifying me of this.
He did. That's why she knows.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it goes into it.
Oh, okay. Update, I confronted my husband's friend. I thought about it for a while and told me husband this morning I still feel weird about it. I'm sorry, anytime you'd put me instead of I immediately read it like a pirate. He told me to tell her my feelings myself. So here's how that conversation went. Honestly, I'm not sure how to feel. It seems like she isn't really interested, but she also is just giving me weird vibes in general. Transcripts of the text message between OP and husband's friend. OP, hey, friend. Hey, what's up? OP, just wondering. I never did anything bad to you, did I? It feels like you don't really like me sometimes, and I'm wondering why that is. Friend, nah, girl, you're tripping. I have no issues with you. I know husband loves you, and that's good enough for me. OP, okay, good to hear. So you respect our relationship completely, right? Friend, no shit. Is this about that stupid 3 a.m. text? OP, to be honest, kinda. It doesn't sit well with me. I tried to let it go, but I can't. Friend, this is fake, man. Ain't no way she sends that, dog. Because this ass whipping time now. Sorry to hear you're insecure. You mean to say you never think about your 20s ever? Blame a girl for wondering. Ha ha. OP. Not wanting your husband to see, though? Friend, he wouldn't get it. But also, I don't care. I just prefer to avoid an argument when I can. OP, all right. Friend, if you want some advice, you seem a little controlling. I get that vibe. And you don't want to go down that road. It ruins marriages. OP, okay. Friend, just looking out for you. That's all. What, bro? Skink, skink, skink. I'm going straight to your house. Like, that's it. We're fighting in your front yard. We're going to be trashy people now. Do you agree?
I mean, I wouldn't. I'd be like, fuck off. You're not. Like, I would work more on my husband. If I was the girl, I would have my husband like reanalyze this fucking friendship because that's not a friend.
I just sent the text to her husband. Update, I contacted her husband. Nice. So, where do I even begin? After texting her yesterday, I spent most of the day trying to clear my head. When my husband came home from work, I showed him the messages and told him that she made me very uncomfortable and that he should seriously reevaluate his friendship with her. He was not happy about the text and reassured me that I wasn't controlling and that he would call her and yell at her about that. However, while he didn't say it outright, he heavily implied he wasn't willing to end the friendship over this. He talked about how long he'd known her, how she'd helped him through some dark times, and how she was usually the nicest person, and this was completely out of character. His tone suggests there was no way to convince him, so I left it at that. He did say he was going to make her apologize to me and put their friendship on timeout if she refused. In parentheses, I have not received an apology, so not sure what's going on there. I decided to drop it for the moment and sleep on it. And in the morning, I woke up with a plan. I went through some older group chats and found the one with her husband in it. So I reached out to him privately and attached screenshots of both the original 3 a.m. text and my combo with her. He just responded and seriously, what the fuck? He confirmed my suspicions, but also I'm just speechless. Like, what is there even to say about that, honestly? Okay.
Don't read ahead. Just read the,
Okay,
read the
yeah.
post.
So now I have a woman who hates me when I have absolutely no idea what I've done to her, trying to destroy my life, and I feel helpless as ever. I don't even know what to do or how to bring it up again or just try to forget about it entirely. Like, honestly, getting into a big argument with my husband over it is just letting her win. But ugh, I kind of hate my life right now. That's for sure. Honestly, just want to take a break, or honestly, just want to break down and cry. My husband comes home in a few hours, and I have no idea how I'm going to act normal. Transcript of the text messages between OP and husband's friend, or friend's husband. Jesus Christ. OP. Hi, friend's husband. This is OP. I'm not sure if you remember me, but we met at your wedding a few years ago. I had a few concerns about friend and wanted to share them with you. So I've attached some screenshots of the conversation with her. First one is her texting my husband, and the second one is when I texted her about it. I hope you can understand why this feels problematic for me. In the first one, I know that her and husband have been longstanding, or have had a longstanding relationship before either of us were in the picture, but it doesn't sit well with me that she's up late thinking about things like that. And for the second one, the more I think of, Jesus Christ, the more I think of it, the more she just seems unnecessarily rude and dismissive towards me. I'm really not aware of any reason for her to dislike me at all. I've always tried my best to be open and respectful to her, so not sure where that's coming from. Would appreciate your insight and thoughts.
It's because she wants your husband's dick.
Bro, she takes so many, the only thing is like she puts in the parentheses and it's just like, ugh, I hate that. And I don't want to read constantly shit like that. So I'm trying to like skip shit and go over shit, and I just suck at reading. God, why do we pick a podcast where it's just reading?
I'll read. You just don't let me.
Because then I can't keep up with the story. I'll be sitting there listening and you'll say a word and then my brain will just boop, 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 boop.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Like, do you think angels wear underwear under the gown?
Yeah,
when
they
they're
have
flying
to.
around?
Otherwise, it'd be a bunch of upskirts all the time.
It would be. What is up with all the paintings back in the day of just naked baby angels?
That's kind of weird. Yeah,
That is kind of weird. Like, what is naked baby angels? Well, it's my heaven. So
it is the start of the Illuminati and the child sex rings.
there you go. Friend's husband. Of course I remember you, and thanks for trying to loop me in. To be perfectly honest, we have been dealing with a lot of problems in our marriage for a while, to the point where it's gone far beyond fixing. Both of us have given up on it mostly, and we're still together only out of a mutual desire to do what's best for our kids. So with that context, I hope you understand there's not much I can do. OP. Or no, this is still friend's husband. For what it's worth, I don't think anything will happen between her and husband based on my general understanding and the text you attached. I don't think he's interested in whatever she's trying to do, and definitely isn't the type of person to cheat. However, I do agree she has some sort of grudge against you, and from the way she's talked about you in the past, she'll never admit it, but it's kind of obvious. My personal theory is that she's just trying to make you mad and get a reaction here. Either way, for your own happiness, I would recommend the two of you keep your distance. This guy feels like an adult. We got an adult here. Lastly, I realize it's ironic given the context, but I have to ask you that you don't tell her or husband, since I have a feeling it will get back to her if you do what I've said. I still have to live and communicate with her daily, and I would much rather our relationship be amicable than hostile. Best of wishes. OP. Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that. I won't tell either of them. Don't worry. Update. She apologized to me.
Yeah, I think I think it's funny because like he's like, yeah, keep this secret, but he is being very like, she's a cunt, and I really don't want to fucking deal with her. So like, if you could just keep this between us, like,
well, that's not like a bad secret. So update, she apologized to me. So to start off from last time, somehow I managed to be mostly normal when my husband came back. I think he noticed I was somewhat off and acting super nice, but he probably figured I was just mad about the earlier thing. The next morning, I told him she hadn't apologized to me, and he said she was probably just taking some time to figure out how to approach it and have patience. To be honest, I wasn't expecting an apology at all, but it actually came in this morning, and it sounds genuine. Yeah, now I'm kind of thinking I actually overreacted, but it is what it is.
No, you didn't.
I do wish it happened before I wasted most of my weekend thinking of it, but oh well. Happy to put this behind me for good, and here's the transcript of it. Friend, sorry. I'm sorry for what I said the other day. I admit I was mad you brought it up, plus wanted to lash out. But you had the right to ask and didn't deserve that, so I'm sorry. Are we good? That's just it. Sorry. I'm sorry for what I said the other day. And then the last sorry is not even spelled out all the way.
Just SRY.
OP. Not yet. I appreciate it, of course, but there's still a few things I want to clear up. Do you mind sharing exactly what you were thinking of when you did the 3 a.m. text? Friend, sigh if I must. Last week was just really rough for me. That's all. I had to leave work on Monday to pick up her son because he got into a fight. Then I had to stay home the entire weekend because he was suspended. It made me get blackout drunk a few times, and yeah, not sure exactly what I was thinking. Just self-pity, I guess, LOL. OP, fair enough. Sorry to hear about that. Hope you're better now. Friend, yeah, it's whatever. I got over it. Have to be a good example and all. Haha. OP, yeah, it sucks. Or it just stuck out to me because you defended it when I asked, so I thought it might be more than a drunk thing. Friend, nah. I low-key knew it was weird. I just said it because I was mad and I wanted to annoy you. Friend, like I said, I'm sorry. OP, yeah, no worries. Friend, oh, by the way, one more thing. I know you think I hate you, but I swear to God I don't. I've always supported your relationship however I can. I talked to husband before, after your first date, gave him advice on proposing, gave a toast at your wedding, etc. Bottom line is, I'm glad he has you, and I never do anything to change that. Sorry for not making it clear the other day. OP, that's great to hear, and I'm sorry if I judged you too harshly. Friend, yeah, no worries. So are we good then? OP, we are. Friend, heart. All right, so guys, we have a hard cut right now. Dylan actually had an idea that he wanted to discuss with me about at the end of the story, like we do like an autopsy type thing, because it is a thing where kind of like in the middle, I'm kind of doing my reaction to it, but then as soon as the story's over, it's done, and then like the listener is not getting that. So that's actually a very, very good point from Dylan, which once again is why he's the backbone of the fucking podcast. So I guess this is the first instance of where we do the bro, when we get that Filipino editor, it's gonna be like autopsy. It's really hard to do it. I don't care. Do it. You don't know how hard it is to put that in there. Oh.
So what's your autopsy on this one? Or do you want me to take the lead?
You can take the lead. Take the lead on it, because I think that's how we should do the autopsy, is you kind of give because I'm making jokes throughout. So I think it would be more palatable, like a dish. You know, you get the sweet and the salty. I'm sweet. If we kind of did it like that, and then I think that's a pretty good way to do it.
I think the wild thing was that she was not at all pissed at her husband, who was like, yeah, in the first year I probably would have fucked you, but like that was just such a wild take, and she just like
I didn't even think about that.
Slid right over it. She's just like, I'm mad at your friend. Like, you said you would fuck her? Like, oh, so do you still want to fuck her? Like, what?
I wonder how many people it was just like, Mike's not. He's not going back to that. His smooth brain had already just like fucking did a complete rotation and fucking flew off.
Like, I get why she was mad at the friend. Like, that's a fucking out of line thing to say to a married man, period. But you're just gonna leave that like, oh yeah, no, I understand you would have fucked her. Like, you don't have to say those words. You could just like, he could have just ended that whole fucking text chain being like, I don't think that's appropriate. Go back to sleep, fucking sleep this off, whatever.
Right.
But not like, yeah, in the first year I probably would have fucked you. I would have just railed your brains out, but
I would have went down and dirty on you, but since you got married, you kind of got a little bit fat, so I wouldn't do it anymore. That is and that's things we miss too when we just move on to the next story. So that is a good thing to do. We could just do like the autopsy. Now I think with me though, I would definitely the friendship would be over between them. You know what I'm saying? Because I would say things that you can't take back. I'd be at their house at like 2, 3. The text was sent at 3 a.m. I'd be there at like 3:13, just blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I think the husband of the friend was cool about the whole situation and like really shed some light on the fact that, you know, yeah, my wife's kind of a bitch, and I just
divorce this woman, man.
we're just riding the clock right now to figure out what to do with the kids, but like we're not good.
Yeah,
But just don't piss off the bear so that I don't have to deal with her.
that is 100%. He's so done. He's just like, yeah, man, she's like a whore and she's very mean. And so, yeah. And then also, too, which Dylan saw the story, the I'm sorry's in the text are just like, it's like, sorry. I'm sorry for what I said. And then she just starts shortening everything, like using the least amount of letters for every single fucking word.
Well, I despise text for, like, it's way easier to apologize in text because you can sit there and think about it and all that other stuff. But you can never read somebody else's, like,
words if they're saying it mean or.
Yeah. Well, you read it however you think. Like, my wife will, like, send me or show me some message and she's like, can you believe like how big of an asshole this person's being? I was like, okay, well, let's read this 2 different ways. I'll read it the asshole way, and then I'll read it the normal, just like, oh yeah, this blah 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 blah. And she's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, they weren't being an asshole. What you said afterwards was kind of an asshole response to a non-asshole comment. But
have you seen the Key and Peele skit on that?
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good.
I'll be over in a minute.
Yeah. It's like, oh, okay. Hell yeah. Well, I'll see you when you get here.
Oh, you just see me when I'll see
you'll be waiting on me? You gonna be waiting on me?
Yeah.
And then he walks up and he sees his friends all happy and shit like that. He's like, oh, maybe I misread those texts wrong. So now we have, well, we're not doing the other side. That's the only time the other side. That's the only time the cool things would kick in. So now we have the autopsy. Don't we have another thing too? I don't know. I come up with things every fucking podcast, and then I guarantee you, there's so many.
We haven't
viewers.
mentioned 9/11 moon pies. Well, that's MADHD thing, but we haven't mentioned that. We haven't mentioned mayonnaise dick. We haven't mentioned a lot of.
We digress and we continue. That's the one for this one. We need to come up with a shirt for that. Do you guys want a shirt? We can do like a little pre-order for Labor Llama. You guys can I don't know, write into Mike and Dylan and say, hey, yeah, we would love to do that, or don't at all, and then we'd just be like, it's not popular enough to even try to do this. And that's the thing about. Me and Dylan, we own Labor Llama. So if you want to check it out, go to laborllama.com.
Code MADHD.
And get 10% off. Help me. But coming out with a new shirt is always so fucking expensive.
There's so much work that goes into it too. Because like we just launched 3 new ones. And when we did, like, the idea is like, oh yeah, no, I love this. And then the waiting and the amount of money that we have to invest into it. And then it's like, oh, we got to get all the pictures for the website, descriptions, got to get that listed on Shopify, then send it over to all these other platforms.
While still doing everything that we already do. So yeah, just hit us up on that and we will, I don't know.
I tried to
maybe forget about it in 2 weeks.
I tried to design the 9/11 moon pies. I just am struggle busting hardcore on that without like copyright infringement.
What I would do is I'd make it look like 2 kind of like ice cream bars, the bread that's on the ice cream bars with just like cream around it, and then I'd have like a little moon pie airplane flying into it.
Yeah, you design that. Just get that.
Yeah, after I said the words, I was just like, maybe that's not the.
Why does that plane look so fucked up? It's a moon pie.
Yeah, it's a little moon pie airplane. It's not 9/11.
Well, yeah, I actually asked ChatGPT to give me some ideas for the design and everything, and like, it's like initially it said I can't do that because that is a very sensitive topic around 9/11. I was like, I don't want the plane to be crashing in the fucking building. like we can make this without making it fucking bad.
I mean, we could go all in, have little moon pie people jumping out of the fucking thing. Just make it fucking terrible. That's fucked.
Or we just do a picture of you just like as a little child in front of a TV eating a moon pie.
With like Dragon Tails dancing.
And then 9/11's on the fucking Twin Towers, like fucking smoking and burning.
Like I got like a little teddy bear or something like that. And it's just like me watching just the fucking.
And then there's like a package of moon pie sitting on the floor next to you. And you're just like.
It could be like the shot, of Hallmark movies where they do the little window shot and it's the kid sitting in front of the TV and I can have the moon pies and like a teddy bear. And then it's 9/11 on the TV. It's terrible. All right. So am I the asshole for not making my brother-in-law's girlfriend a bridesmaid and pairing him with his ex. Am I the asshole for not making my brother-in-law's girlfriend a bridesmaid? Ah, okay. And pairing him with his ex. So apparently, I guess they've been. All right, so we're going to do the prejudgment. I think that's a good segment. Prejudgment.
I think people get too in their feelings about like the whole wedding party thing. It's not like those two are gonna fuck. Like,
Right, yeah.
oh, you can't lock arms and walk 100 feet. They're gonna want to fuck immediately after that. Like, it's
Imagine being a partner and you see, like, you understand how a wedding functions. And it's like, oh, I don't really know these people. And it's like, oh, you're going to lock arms with this person. Well, you're going to lock arms with her, really? Really? You're going to lock arms with her? Everything we've been through?
Meant something.
You're going to lock arms? Well, X is kind of like, you could have not paired him with the X.
See, that's the thing, though, is like when they pair you with people, like, so when I went to one of my best friend's weddings, I dated this girl and then he married her cousin. And so when they got married, I was one of the groomsmen and she was one of the bridesmaids. They put us together. We weren't dating anymore, but like, and the girl that I was dating at the time was not fucking happy about it. But it's like one of those scenarios of like, you're going to pair people up in a certain way. And like, yes, it makes more sense for like the two of us who have had relations and all the other to just walk down the fucking aisle because we've done a lot more than that. So like there's no problem with that. Like, and if that is the straw that breaks your relationship, holy fuck. Like, you guys are weak as fuck.
It's not going to last, guys.
No.
I love some of these stories. It's just like, it will be the most innocuous thing. It's like, the relationship's really taking a struggle. Well, wait till you throw a kid in that and you're not sleeping anymore. Then it's over.
Bills are overdue and you got fucking, creditors breathing down your neck. Yeah, no, locking arms with your ex, that's just uncalled for.
So our good buddy Richard, actually, he is also one of the owners of Laborline. We don't talk about, Richard a lot, but he was like, hey, yeah, I'll help you guys get an editor because we just have a fuck ton of shit on our plate. I do want to do the thing where it's like the prejudgment, you know what I'm saying? And then autopsy. I think that would be kind of dope.
For like the 20 people that watch it instead of listen to it?
No, you'll hear it.
Oh.
It's time for the prejudgment. I can even do like a little game show, not like game show thing, but you know what I'm saying? I watched a Smosh and I feel very inadequate, bro. I watched it, man. It was I was like our production's good, especially now that you've added the cameras back. And then I watched theirs and I'm like, this is a fucking television show, you fuckers.
Well, they actually have somebody live editing it, though.
Right.
Like, it's not, and then somebody probably goes back through and post and everything.
Because they have the little thing where they can like switch the cameras based on who's talking.
And you can just add in like different stingers.
They're in the whole studio and everything. Yeah. I watched it. I was just like, I'm not going to make any podcasting.
How many people watch that, though? Like fucking bajillions. So,
I don't give a fuck.
They make slightly more money.
A million people could watch this and we still going to be in them lawn chairs. Someone did bring up the lawn chairs, didn't they?
Yeah, they look uncomfortable, but
no, they're so like, imagine, well, I'm not going to say too hot take because they sit on, like, she's got that recliner blankies, like, you know what I'm saying? Probably like it's heated or cool. Yeah, hey, bestie. They're real comfortable. The Smosh couch looks a little, actually, I don't know what they sit in because
I think it's just, normal.
Their frames kind of flip so good. I just know it's the first one. It's like the front camera, the one I'm looking at right now, or I guess he's the main person. And then like, it was like switching so nicely. And I was just like, you motherfuckers, man. Why? I don't like it when a YouTuber, like Smosh was YouTubers. Okay. But then they got like real big and then they stopped doing it. And then it's like, oh, we can get the podcast with Reddit stories.
Well, they have multiple things going on.
They got so many things, man.
But it's all on the same channel, though.
I want Smosh money.
They do skits on there. They do other shows. They do Smosh Meets Reddit, all on that same channel.
Really?
Yep.
And is it the same one that's always been Smosh?
I don't know. I think so.
I don't know. All right. Well, it's time to dive in. Dive in head first.
Yeah. If we left it up to you, there'd be like 14 different stingers that we'd have in every episode. You'd be like, now it's time to dive in. Dive in.
Oh, no, I think
autopsy.
Like for the prejudgment, we'd have a different one. Like it'd be like a fucking gavel. Like we'd say, it's time for the prejudgment. And it's like pop, pop, pop. And then, all right, it's time to like dive. When we say dive in, and then you hear like a splash, like a boop. That would be cool. And then it's time for the autopsy.
Technically, we could just get the board and it will automatically change cameras. I would just hit the stingers.
We need a soundboard too. Then we're a radio show. Oh, yeah. Like I'm just like reading the thing. But people are just like, this is fucking unwatchable. All right. So I, 26 female, got married a month ago to my boyfriend, 25 male. We met in college at 19, started dating, and I moved in with him at 23. Still feels surreal to call him my husband. One of my closest friends, let's call her Jane, dated my husband's older brother, 27 male, let's call him Joe, for over 2 years. We introduced them back then, but they broke up over a year ago. It wasn't a messy breakup. Jane told our circle it just wasn't working out. Joe never really shared his side. That's all we know. Anyways, Joe has been dating his current girlfriend, let's call her Kate, for 5 months at the time of our wedding. I'm not super close to her as we only see her at least once or twice a month. At my wedding, Jane was one of my bridesmaids and Joe was one of the groomsmen. Naturally, they were paired to walk down the aisle together. How's that natural?
I think if you read on it is the most normal situation, but
we had 4 bridesmaids and 4 groomsmen plus maid of honor, MOH. They always shorten things up. And I'm just like, fucking moth of hell. Like, I don't fucking know what to put. And best man. And the pairings were just the most practical. 2 bridesmaids walked with their own boyfriends, another paired with a mutual friend, and that left Joe plus Jane. Everything went smoothly until after our honeymoon. My new sister-in-law told me that Kate had confided in her that she felt left out and disrespected that Joe was paired with his ex. She also said we were teasing them for looking good together right in front of her. That's a little much.
That part, maybe, yeah.
That's a little much. For the record, I never said that. The photographer made a comment during the lineup and people laughed. Now, girlfriend has blocked me on Instagram and I'm sitting here wondering if I should have handled things differently. Am I the asshole for not making Kate, who I barely knew and only had started dating Joe for 5 months, one of my bridesmaids, and for pairing Joe with Jane, his ex?
It's such a pain to do the bridesmaid.
The autopsy. Now I see how impractical that is.
But that's the big thing is like, you know, with a wedding, those people standing up there should be like very core people to your, like, it shouldn't be just, oh, well, yeah, that person bought me coffee that one time. I got to make them a bridesmaid. Like, no, for one thing, you have to spend probably $100+ just to rent whatever dress or buy a dress, get it altered, all the bullshit. Like, it's expensive for the people participating if it's not being fully covered. So, like, adding a dozen people to your fucking bridal party does not make sense.
Right.
Like, it just doesn't. So yeah, homegirl is 5 months in. Like, you're gonna be gone too, probably. Like, odds are you're not making it past.
I wonder what the odds. This is why. God, fuck, I bet Smosh when they're like, I wonder how long.
Well, exactly. You have 6.5 weeks left in your relationship.
Why would Scott use AI, man? Just Google it, bud.
he swears it's faster. It's not. But well, I mean, it does give you like more answers, like in depth. You would go to a Google page and then have to click down. And it's looking at
multiple sources, so it's especially if you Google something and you rely on Google AI, then
garbage.
You can't even confidently say what you just learned is true.
What does 2 + 2 equal? Well, 2 + 2, or no, like, what is it? 1 × 1 or whatever, or what's that thing? The Terrence.
Yeah. What is it?
Isn't it? What's his name? Terrence
Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always
can't multiply something and get the same thing.
Anytime I think of his face, I always think of like Spider-Man and Iron Man and all that stuff, because that's what everybody the main meme, that's what he's used for. But he's like, yeah, 1 × 1. How can you multiply something and still get 1? And I was like, bro,
because you only have one of the things,
right?
So like, if you have one and you have it 1 time,
but here's the thing, though, because I don't know how, it's like it unlocks the universe in this crazy way that we never thought of before. And I was like, no, the fuck it doesn't, dog. I know it doesn't. Like, if 1 × 1 didn't actually equal 1 and you got fucked up by a grizzly bear, you got fucked up by a grizzly bear. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't going to be able to Doctor Strange your way out of a grizzly bear attack.
Yeah, you can if you know how to unlock the universe and come up with these crazy shapes that have all these different sides that exist in a different universe.
Has grizzly bear ever ate a black person?
I guarantee it.
I bet not, though, man.
That sounds very
It's
racist.
white people that are just like, you know what, Beth, let's go hiking. And then she's like, shouldn't we take the bear spray, honey? And then he's like, no, I've been out there many a times, many a moons, and I have not had one encounter.
I would guarantee that the majority of bear attacks, and I'm talking out my ass here, but is probably hunters, because they're out there like deep in the woods, not like around places that.
If I lived in a place with bears, dog, I'm not walking to my fucking car.
There's bears
without a
around
gun.
here?
Not here.
Yeah.
Not here in this vicinity. We got very few. And you cannot talk to me on this because I am very in tune with the bear map, with the seasons, and we try to look for bears. Bears are my favorite animals. I really hate that Joe Rogan gets all the grizzly bear attention. I love bears. Terrify me to no end. I think that's why I like them. Them and crocodiles, man.
There's a bunch of bears up where I grew up, and I never realized that there were bears. I never saw one, but there's a bunch up there.
I remember it was like 2 years ago, near DCCC, there's a like a concrete plant, and there was one pictured out behind one of those.
So see, there's bears around.
And then, no shit, one of the kids that used to work with us, you ever met Duncan?
No, I don't think so.
He's my school shooter friend. Literally. But he was driving home and he had called me and he was like, man, I just almost like ran into this bear. I swear to God, I was up there looking. I had like flashlights out. I was just like, come on, I want to see one. I want to see one in the wild, but like not where there's a fuck ton. Like I don't want to go somewhere where it's just like, oh, you're going to see a bear today. No, I want to see one when I'm not expecting to see. Well, no, I don't want to do that.
Whoa, hey, there's a bear.
Like I want to be half expecting to see one. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be completely taken aback. I don't want to walk into my kitchen and be like, fuck, I'm completely caught off guard.
Yeah, we were camping out when we went up for my high school reunion, and they're like, watch out for the bears. And I was like, fuck, guys. Like, I've got a 4-year-old that wants to sleep in this tent. And like, I know for a fact we're not going to see a bear, but now you're going to scare the 4-year-old so she doesn't want to sleep in this fucking tent. Like, don't be a dick.
Did she sleep in the tent?
Yeah.
See?
I don't think she heard.
No, it's always so funny too, because every time I watch something I love Animal Attack. Now, I told you the true crime, I'm starting to lighten up on it, man. It is very good content.
So on that note, my mother-in-law up at the thrift store has a true crime book from like the 80s where it's just stories like that probably nobody has covered in the true crime space.
Really?
Yeah, it's like an old book.
Yeah, but I'm starting to lighten up on it because I'm starting to watch so much goddamn fucking true crime content too, and I'm just like really getting I get into it and I'm like, okay, there's a reason that it's here. Fucking get off my goddamn high horse about it. Stop being a pussy.
Well,
Stop
I think
being a bitch.
it's how you go about it. Like it's how you react to it. It's there has to at least be some sort of like empathy for the victim and all that. Not just be like, ooh, check this out. This 12-year-old was mauled by blah, blah, blah.
No, because if I'm reading a story about someone who got murdered and it's like the little kid hid in a closet and like knocked over a toy, I'm like, oh, what a stupid move, bro. Like, obviously. Now, share this video if you don't want to end up like that kid. I have to still be funny. That's like I guess the bright spot about me. But yeah, I'm starting to light up on that. I've always loved Animal Attack videos because it's always somebody in a place they shouldn't be at. I fucking hate when animals get euthanized for attacking people too. Like, why euthanize an animal for doing animal things? It's the craziest shit. A guy will go out and like molest kids and kill people, and they'll just be like, just lock them in it. But a fucking carnivore will eat somebody, and they'll be like, fuck, we got to murder it. Like, we got to fucking just get rid of it.
Well, that's why they're all half extinct.
But it's always the same thing of the bear attack ones, especially like when they're camping. They'll be like, and we were asleep, and then we just heard Paul screaming. We didn't know what was going on. How? Like, if I'm camping in the middle of bear country, it's always bear country too. They're like, this is bear country. If I'm camping in the middle of bear country and I know everybody's in their tent and I hear Paul screaming, I know what's happening. I know when I go, as soon as I exit this tent, I am now partaking in fisticuffs with a fucking bear. It's every single time too, man. Everyone you watch, they'll be like, and he just started screaming. And we didn't know what was going on. Yeah, bro. Especially because, bears are when they're eating somebody, there's making bear noises. I'm like, yeah, I just heard bear noises, and I heard Paul just like.
Well, maybe it was like a guy's trip, and they brought the big, the big toys out, and Paul wasn't used to the big toys yet, and so that's why he was screaming.
Timothy Treadwell's girlfriend could have got away, but she just sat there while I got ate.
You gotta wait your turn.
Right. just be nice, I guess. Fuck. I just cannot have, I don't have sympathy, empathy, nothing for someone who goes out there. I am one with these, and you ain't one with shit. He did end up being one with them.
In them.
Yeah, in them. Yeah, there you go. In them. All right. So I think this is the last story we're going to get into. This prejudgment's going to be great. Am I the asshole? Wife goes to bed early. The audacity of that bitch.
Fucking getting her beauty sleep.
What the fuck? Going to bed early? Bro. Not my wife. If my wife ain't going to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning and then waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and serving my every needs.
Yeah.
That's my brother's wife, though. She's a real
traditional.
Yeah. And like the thing I'm like, what? I wouldn't even want that. I want my girl to like punch me. Like I want to be scared of her sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I don't want she said the word subservient before, and I'm just like, wow, that's just mind-boggling, especially to him. Like, I mean, I get like if you pulling in like millions of dollars a year, if my wife's doing that, I would. We're at a fucking dinner party. I'd be like, yeah, I am very subservient to my wife.
She makes the rules around here.
Yeah, I wake her up every day with an hour-long foot massage. So yeah, not a good one to have a prejudgment on. Wife gets up at 6 a.m. I get up around 7 a.m. She works 30 hours a week, picks up our daughter on the way home at 2 p.m. I work from home 40 hours a week. Son comes home early 2 times a week. I make lunch for him. Otherwise, wife cooks dinner at 3 p.m. I stop.
3 p.m. That's a bit early for lunch there. I mean, dinner.
That is way early for dinner. What time do you eat dinner?
Anywhere between like 5 to 9. Like it's just random.
Right, yeah. We're like a 6 to 7, but if it happened at like 8 o'clock, nobody's just like, what's going on? We both do our share of things around the house. Additionally, I take my daughter to music lessons, ballet, cheerleading, and horse riding 4 times a week after I finish work. That's not a problem. I feel like I do more. She feels like she does more. The problem is my wife gets to bed at 6 p.m. every day without exception. Saturday and Sundays, often in bed. She's on the phone watching movies. I do the evenings. Kids sleep at 9 p.m. I go to bed 11 p.m. I clean up the house, dishes, be around the kids when they need something because she makes dinner at 3 p.m. They're usually hungry again. Then they need to go to bed. Often they want to connect with me. My days are finished late. They make noise. Mom yells from I already knew. Mom yells from her bed to be quiet and go to sleep. I am upset because she is not present. I feel like a single father in the evenings, and I believe the children need both parents at night, not supervising, just present. Maybe she can watch shows in the living room instead. The kids have space to play in their rooms together, do homework or whatever, and the parents are close but not distant to suffocating. Maybe we can make dinner at 5 or 6. The thing is, though, is like, if everything's done, but he's saying like he has to then clean and still spend time with the kid. But how old are the kids too? Because they sound older.
No, I think he said they're young. Or I don't know, maybe he didn't mention them.
He never mentioned the age.
But I mean, she's doing like a bunch of school activities and stuff, and he's taking her to all those. Like, I'm definitely on his side.
Yeah, I am too. I'm saying like if things are fair and like everything's split, I don't give a fuck what time you go to bed.
But 6 to 6, like what are you spending, like 2 hours with your kids at that point? Like, yeah, no, you're a fucking absentee parent at that point. Kids don't go to bed till 9, so there's 3 hours that dad's just pulling single parent duty.
Right.
Like if she was going to bed at 8, like that's an hour before they go to bed. She needs her
feel
rest.
Like that's healthy too.
Well, and then she spends all fucking weekend on her phone in her room watching movies and shit, not participate. Like, I think that's his biggest gripe is like she's not participating in the family. Like she's just a roommate that lives there and like picks up the daughter from school.
I think we have a good old case of depression. That does sound like depression. It's not like if she was like completely lazy, she wouldn't be working or doing other stuff. She does some things with the kids, but when someone like shelters away and does stuff like that, that usually is a big sign of depression.
Yeah, and it's also a big sign of selfishness that you want your you time that you get to spend by yourself so that you can do whatever you want to do, watch what you want to watch.
I'm not going to automatically assume that she is trying to get you time.
She spends all fucking weekend in her bedroom by herself, without the kids, without the husband.
Like, imagine she just comes out sometimes to tell him how great the movie was, and like, I'm going back in for another one. Say, this bitch, this bitch.
Imagine trying to spend a whole weekend just watching fucking great Game of Thrones from the beginning to the end again, like going to bed at 6 so that you could go in there and watch and just take care of the kids, honey. I'm going in. And like,
I'm built so different though. I'll sleep for like 3 days. I'll be off of total. We'll go 3 days, like 7 or 8 hours of sleep, and then I'll oversleep one day, but I'll only sleep for like 9 hours. That's my and then I go more on that. If I'm watching a movie, I'll stay up for 48 hours.
Oh yeah,
Dylan will let you know too. How many times have I 36, 48 hours, over 48 hours? Like that is, but I've always battled with insomnia. It doesn't help that also right now it's midnight and I'm drinking an energy drink. So
when you put on when I get into a show, I'm fucked because
I'm watching it.
I'm just like one more episode. Yeah, it's only 2, and then by the time I look, it's 4. I should probably go to bed. Just one more.
Nothing makes me tingle like a good fucking cliffhanger, man. And I don't know how you can get sleepy. I could be watching a show. I have to pass out.
I usually pass out like the first 10 minutes of the next episode. I never like towards the end. Like I'm fucking fully in it, and once it gets to the cliffhanger, I'm like fuck. One more.
Yeah, I'll start, and
then I fall asleep like 10 minutes into the next episode.
I need a good show. I ain't got a good show right now. We just watched all of Wednesday. I enjoyed it.
I didn't watch the next season yet. I started it, but then the girls kind of watched it ahead of me. So
it's all right. I wouldn't say it's like as dramatic. It's kind of there. None of the cliffhangers are like very rewarding, but it's fun. Like when they came out Wednesday, I'm not like, I'm going to watch this like it's going to be it's going to be The Wire, Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones. I'm just going to enjoy.
I think you need to watch Ozark again.
I think I'm going to do that. I think
you might not have had enough oomph into it, but it is literally one of the best. Because like I just got done watching Breaking Bad all the way through again, and it was great. I actually feel better about it than I did the first time I watched through it. But
I agree with that though. The second time you watch Breaking Bad all the way through, it is better than the first time.
Well, because like the first time I was watching it while it was coming out, and so it felt like the story was getting drug out more. But then once you watch it, like you can sit down and watch a season at a time and like watch it all. It does play a lot faster that way.
That's my thing too, because so with Stranger Things season 4. When I watched it, they did the fucking split shit. And I thought the first half of the season was dog shit because it was so fucking slow. And I'm like, this is so fucking slow. Like, I want answers and shit. Yeah. But then the whole season's out. I watch it all the way through and I was like, great season.
Yeah.
Great season. But that is a very good point. But also too, like Breaking Bad can get really tense. And when you could kind of put that, when the tenseness of the unknown kind of gets put aside, then you realize like that's why Breaking Bad it's neck and neck with Sopranos on greatest television series of all time, because you can watch it the first time through and it's like drama with some comedy, and then you watch it the second time, it's a comedy with drama, and it's like the second time is a different experience than the first time.
See, I think you'll be impressed with Ozark when you watch it. And it's one that I watched all the way through up to the last season. And then before the last season came out, I watched it through again.
I'm at where they just found like there's dead animals being left in their yard and shit. That's where I'm at. So I don't even know. He had just became like the angel investor for a couple businesses and stuff like that. He's getting that off the ground, and I gotta rewatch it. Yeah,
I think how I hate lying, and I think that's one of the things that drives me crazy about Breaking Bad. Because like so I always tell my wife this. She's always like, "Why didn't they do this?" And I was like, "Because that would be a fucking boring show." But like every time Walt opens his mouth, I'm just like, Why the fuck did you lie about that? Why the
Oh
fuck did you
my
lie about
God.
that?
Yeah. Okay. So look, then you get to the third time of Breaking Bad and you're like, fuck Walt. Like,
Yes.
you get the fuck out. Get it, Jesse. Come here. I'll hold you, Jesse. Like, and you're just like the stupid shit. But then you watch it 4 times. I've seen Breaking Bad so many goddamn times. And you're like, Jesse, you fucking moron. Everything is technically Jesse's fault. Technically it is. They would have had like a great relationship if he was like, okay, we sell drugs. His fucking moral arcs are kind of just like fucking mind numbing, but it kind of gives him that very
He's like an innocent.
he has a lot of depth with his character.
Yeah.
We're so off track with this. We're such a but it gives him that, but it's so fucking annoying, man. If you just shut up and make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like fucking Jesus Christ, what's his fucking name?
Gus.
No.
Mike.
The fat dude that got shot.
Oh, the dealer?
I'm gonna remember it.
Hank.
Taco Loco. What the fuck is his name? No, the one that gets killed by his girlfriend's brother. When he's out there, he gets killed by Gus's street dealers.
Yeah, he was one of the dealers.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He was friends with Skinny Pete and all them.
Yeah.
But it's like, dog, like, just stop. Like, just stop. And then, but he just gets too fucking carried away with it.
Yeah, no, both of them let you down. Did you end up watching the Jesse, like the after?
El Camino?
Yeah.
The only thing is the shit with God, what's his fucking character's name, or what's his real life name?
Jesse Portman or something like that. Or Jesse. You're talking about Todd.
Yeah. It's just how fat he is. I'm like, this is not
the same guy.
Fat Todd is just too much. He is such a good fucking villain, though. He plays just
because he's so straight, like just so fucking straight.
He does that one, and then he has the role in Civil War, which is, I don't know, he's like a 15-minute part, but it's still pretty good. And then he's in what's the Whitey Bulger movie? I can't remember that one, but he plays a fucking psychopath, and he just comes off like a fucking psychopath. God, and he wanted to fuck. See, look, I'll watch these shows so many times. Half the names I'll just be like, I don't fucking know.
I am the worst with names because like even like Mike Ehrmantraut or whatever, like the whole time I was like Frank. I don't know why, but like, and then I was like, oh yeah, Mike.
The reason I get Mike though is because he's like the most badass character, and his name's Mike. So, all right, let's finish this guy.
1 sentence left.
Tune into our new Breaking Bad podcast. All right. I mentioned many times that I feel alone on this. She thinks because I'm hopeless and I want to be the kid's cool dad, and I'm not structured.
Yeah, you got to put those kids to bed at 6 p.m. so they can get their rest.
Fucking, yeah, we ain't got 85-year-old kids with Alzheimer's. Like, what is it? I also feel alone at night, and I need 15 minutes of her time to connect and not co-parent as roommates. All I'm asking for is her to veg on the couch. She doesn't even need to touch me or talk to me.
Like a handy under the blanket.
Right, yeah. Couch wives are the hottest, though. When they're on the couch, just like a blanket on and some sweatpants. Come here, you little snack. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just like, I've not done anything. I'm like, you exist. That's why I'm turned on. She wasn't like this while we were dating. It's gotten so bad in the last few years, and I'm losing my admiration and love. Am I the asshole? I told her everyone is catering around her stress. It's not about doing more. It's about being present more. She refuses to budge and tells me it's because of my bad parenting style. Now it's time for the autopsy.
I vote that you're definitely not the asshole. She is kind of taking advantage of a situation. Like the fact that you are responsible for 3 hours every single night. Like, so that's 15 hours Monday through Friday. She's not there on the weekends. So that's another, 16-hour days. So you put those on top of each other. Like, you're being a solo parent during those times. Like, yeah, she is definitely the asshole for all that stuff. She might be going through something. Maybe send her to a fucking therapist and get her to work out her shit. But like,
no, I don't think, because if she's depressed, she's not going to be, because this last line kind of sells it for me that you probably need to maybe talk about therapy or something like that, and then go from there. But when the last line, when he says she refuses to budge and tells me it's because of my bad parenting style. Now she's blaming him for what she's doing and saying that he's being a bad parent and shit. I mean, maybe that's her conviction, but then also, what kind of role model are you laying in bed all day watching movies? Like, if you are really that, strict about your parenting style. I mean, there are some parents who are like in bed by 6. Kids need 12 hours of sleep.
So my daughter fell asleep yesterday. My 4-year-old, she fell asleep yesterday at 5:30. Slept till 8 this morning. Like, it was just wild.
But then sometimes they'll go to bed late, and then at 5:30, yeah, 5:30, just I found some pancakes. What? You found whole pancakes? Like, what are you talking about? I just found something.
The one that fell between the stove and the countertop right there.
So Theo, my nonverbal autistic son, he's not nonverbal anymore. He's starting to talk. So yesterday, it's before he goes to school, and he wants some bubbles. And he said, "Come here, Daddy." I was like, well, at first, I just woke up too, and I'm getting ready for school and everything like that. So I think he's possessed, because him speaking is like, it's an event. So when him speaking in just fucking
somewhat fluently,
right? Yeah. So he's like, "Come here, Daddy." So we come over here, and then I don't know why, but the hallway goes straight, and then to the left is my middle son room, to the right is our room. So he goes right. So I go right to follow him, and I have my back to the room that he wants to go to. So he goes, "Turn around." So I turn around, and then he said, "The bubble's up there?" And I was just like, and there were bubbles up there. And he was like, "Grab them." I was like, "Oh my God, look at you. Look at you." Maybe, listen, he's going to be smart and strong. That's a really good joke if you get that. But
that probably feels good for him, though, that he's able to, like, fully communicate.
So he does, because his, what do you call them? Stems. His stems are so hard when he gets happy. I grabbed the bubbles. I was like, "Good job, bud. I'll get the bubbles for you." Like, so he knows we're having a conversation now, and he's just like sitting there, just like, "Fuck yeah!" Like, he just locks up. So the biggest part right now is which he's going to see a neurologist, is he has lots of seizures. So when he comes out of the seizure, he's just upset. Like, he's mad now. And I think, like, once we can get a handle on those, that he's just going to really take to the being more verbal like that, because he hadn't had a seizure all morning.
That's great.
So I think once we get a handle on those, then it's going to start progressing really well. I am nervous about the medicine and shit that they're going to put him on.
Yeah.
I'll be talking with that doctor too. I'm like, what? So listen, I know it's not legal here, but what is your experience? I would never I would not do that to my child unless it was under the strict guidance of a physician. But I'm gonna be like, weed oil, hemp oil, whatever kind of shit. Because Jesse Ventura is like real big on that with seizures. Because now, when you have an autistic child, you got to learn so fucking much. So then, we found out about the seizures that he has, because a lot of kids will like space out, but his is different. Like, when he comes back, it's like, he's like, "Well, what the fuck just happened too?" So, I started looking up seizures, and I found a clip of like Jesse Ventura talking to fucking Congress and shit like that. And he's just got a good way of talking too, man. I'm a big, like, if he ran for, I would go vote. I'm not a voter, and if he ran, I'd go vote. But he was talking to Congress about, he tried all these medications, but then he was like, "My wife did the weed oil under her tongue one time and has never had a seizure since." But I mean, she does it all the time. But he's like, the first time she did it, she never had a seizure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's just so many times that it's been proven that it can help people. So, like, it's one of those things where maybe you just ease up a little bit to let enough studies happen that you can actually find out who it works for.
How hard do we want to go on this, Dylan? Because we can't post to Spotify right now.
I mean, yes, we can.
Hopefully you hear this on Spotify, but we're right now, the avenue we go through is not working. Just for us.
Only for 24 hours.
Just for us. We went on this big Charlie Kirk rant because Netanyahu was just like, no, we didn't kill him. Oh, fuck, I said his name too. Just leave it in. Just leave it in. He was like, look, there's conspiracies, but then there's people that like make a video, and then I'm like, what the fuck? Is it a conspiracy? Because at first I'm just like, nah, people are crazy. And then they make a video about it. Like, I was like, fuck, now I don't know if it's, so we talked about that. And then conveniently, we've not been able to post since then. And then also we get, I get hit up. There's this talent agency wanting to sign me. Guess where it's located out of, Dylan?
Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv. Yeah. So I was just like, this is one of those.
They're on to you.
I would love to have a meeting with you, bud. Why don't you fly over here? No.
We'll give you millions of dollars.
I seen what y'all done to your neighbors. I'm not coming over there. Fuck that shit. Like I'm not going over there. It's just like Mike goes over there and it's like, he fucking got on top of a mountain, said this was it, and then shot himself in the back 19 times and jumped down the mountain and then chopped himself up into little bitty pieces and spread himself across the forest. Fuck.
I love the way that Breaking Bad deals with bodies. It's the best.
Well, you talk about like
just sticking them in a 55
now
gallon
imagine, and this is a crazy thing too, is imagine when, they dissolve the bodies in the beginning. Look, we're going to get into another Breaking Bad tangent. They dissolve the bodies in the beginning, okay? And like it's like this big thing and they're fucking, and it's so nasty and it's so hard for them to do. And then at the end when Todd kills that little boy and he's whistling.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy development. But yeah, the wife's a bitch.
She definitely, like, all the people in there are just shits. Like, that's like in the Reddit, am I the asshole? Like, everybody sucks in Breaking Bad. Like, Hank is a fucking.
Oh no, I'll talk about the wife of the story. But yeah, Skylar sucks too.
But yeah, Skylar sucks. Hank sucks. Marie sucks. Like, the only thing that I would say is like the kid, like Walt Jr. Like he's just a fucking kid.
But he's still so fucking annoying. Listen, I understand. I don't want to be problematic right now, but Uncle Hank, like I have a special needs, son. So I have a soft spot in my heart for him. Does that mean I'm not going to, I would never exclude anybody from my comedy, okay? Red, yellow, black, white, disabled, whatever. You are all, I'm very inclusive. I try to include as much people as I can and terrible events as I can. Like I said, they heard earlier in the beginning, the little moon pie people jumping out of the moon pie Twin Towers.
Yeah.
And then at the bottom, it's just like little splats of cream. And comedy is just so beautiful we're going to wrap this up before.
Actually, I would say Mike is, Mike Ehrmantraut. He's the one that's not shit. Like he will murder a fucking anybody, but he only does it if he has to.
And he also, it feels like he started that life just kind of, he got the retribution for his son. And then it's just like, you're in that now. And all he's trying to do is make a bunch of money for his grandbaby before he dies.
Keeps getting taken from him.
Fuck Walter.
He didn't have to kill him. Like, there was no fucking need for that at all. Like, no fucking need. But like, I loved how it was like instantly, like when he got down to the riverbed and he sees him.
Shut the fuck up and let me die in peace.
Well, he says that and then he's like, oh fuck, I could have just gotten it from her. like that's the chick that wanted everybody dead anyway.
That's me shit. That's me making the situation 100 times worse and be like, oh wait, we could just whoopsie daisy. Might have overreacted a little bit, but well, god damn it, Walter. Like just man, yeah, watching that show back, you're just like, what are your fucking dick? But also too, because I watched The Office. The Office is the show that I've watched the most. There's just sometimes I'm just like, Michael, shut the fuck up. Like, you are the backbone of this show, and when you leave, this whole show becomes unwatchable. But I'm just like, god damn it, just you're so fucking annoying. He gets more and more annoying
the more times you watch it.
The kind of like the more you watch it too, Jim gets more annoying also.
Oh, really?
People like to talk shit about Pam, but Pam comes from this like relationship where it's not really good, and people are like, she's cheating. She's not cheating. She is being like flirty and stuff like that. But also, she's like with a big sack of nothing. And this is like early 2000s. This is before any kind of like, people were talking about like empowering people and shit like that. Get out of bad relationships. You're not stuck and shit. Don't just like settle. But people would be like, oh, I hated Pam so much. Granted, if you watch past season 7, yes, there is more reasons to hate Pam. But I just don't go through that. They ruin Andy's character. They ruin so many characters. Kind of on par with Game of Thrones. Well, look, guys, this has been a great episode. If you would like to submit a story, I don't know, about racism,
murder,
genociding
rape,
babies, the typical stories you guys like to send where it's very dark and, I don't know, really hard to make jokes about. I still do them, but it's hard. You can submit those to mikeanddylan.com, MikeandDylan.com. Also, we have the subreddit M80HD. And guys, we will see you next time.
Later.